Hey guys, it's Jay7D on Talk to Me Jay7D, and today I'm here with
Allinonebyj. Jay.
What does that mean? What do you do?
Allinonebyj Jay. So, Allinonebyj Jay is a service of all things. So, my primary things were coupon bundles, vaginal steams, nails, and hair. And I wanted a spot for some women to come because we're so busy. So if you can come to one spot and get your hair done, your nails done, get a coupon bundle for whatever you need, tissue, cleaning supplies, whatever you may need. But you can get it all in one spot. So he was like, all right, I'm good to go. I don't have to hit Walmart, then the nail salon, then the hair salon, all over the place. You can just do everything in one spot. So I told a friend of mine, I was like, I'm gonna call it Allinonebyj Jay. And I was talking about it for a year before I actually started. So I started September. I've been braiding for some time, but in September of this year, 2018, last year, I'm sorry, then I officially came online with it.
Wow.
Where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do a social media thing now.
Good.
But since social media, I've gotten to know more women and connect in a different way.
Okay. Guys, I don't know her. This is our first meeting. Yeah. I am in her house. My first meeting. What made you reach out to me?
One of my cousins follow her, and this cousin, he awesome. He always giving me advice on different things, and I love him to death. But he followed her, and he was like, I was talking to him and like venting about the different things that's going on, at starting a small business and customer service, all those different things. And he was just like, you got network and reach out to the right people. And he was like, do you know who Jasmine is? I said, no, I don't know who she is. And he's like, send her an inbox, ask her to come get a steam. I'm nervous. I don't want to be sending people DMs and stuff. He's like, go ahead and send it. So I sent it, and when she responded, I called him back. I was like, do you know she responded? Do you know she actually responded? And I was like, I called back to say thank you, because when you responded, like, it felt like something that was supposed to happen, a connection that was supposed to be made, and it was random. He randomly saw a post on your page, it was all random, and I was like, this is meant to be. So when you responded back, I'm like, she responded back. He was like, yeah, now connect with her, because he know about what you do, and different things like that. But I'm just like, okay,
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Yes. My thick cousin. Yes.
Wow. Oh my God. I think that's so much confirmation for you and me, because it's for me to keep going, because people are watching, and I have never done a vaginal steam. I know nothing about it. I still don't know. I'm sitting on it getting steamed and still don't know what the hell is happening to my vagina or anything. Like, I'm just so down for it because you're black. And not even because she's black, because she's a woman, and you reached out, and I felt like it was my duty to reach back out to you. Not to some people. We start getting the exposure and we forget what it was like to reach out and do all that. And where I am in my life, I still reach out. Like, I'm supposed to go to Louisiana soon, and I reached out to so many rappers in Louisiana. Like, I gotta get an interview in Louisiana, and you'd be surprised who's reaching back out. You see what I'm saying? We have to keep that, because that's how we really survive. And I really survive off of relationships and being genuine. So when you said it, I'm like, okay, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I don't even know if this is real, but I'm going to respond. Let me call my camera guy. Jeezy, I'm going to get a vaginal steam. Yeah, I call him, and I'm like, Jeezy. She's like, Jazz. I'm like, I got to do it. Like, I want to help her. That was my whole goal with this. I'm like, we got to bring the cameras out. I'm going to sit on it, and we're going to see what happens. Like, and someone's going to be saved off of this.
I'm with that. And another thing, too, that's important for me is reaching back out. Like, I know several people who, in a sense, have gone to higher levels, and yes. And I feel like constantly promote. Like, if you can only promote yourself, you're not gonna be successful. You know what I mean? And always, you gotta stay humble, because you can fall.
Don't go loud with nobody. Sorry.
You gotta stay humble, because you can fall. And just like you're saying, I feel like I'm big. Like, I don't know that you're a big person, like,
but I'm not, though, because I cannot afford to let God down or God's people down.
I'm with that.
Yo, I truly can't, because I feel like God will take all of this away from me. The blessings, the relationships, and all of that. He will remove it. if I don't act accordingly. And it's so crazy because my mentor sent me her live video last night. I kid you not, before I came here. I was up at 1 o'clock in the morning watching it. And she said, what she was preaching was, God has to get the glory for your life. So every person that I'm sitting right here, you're going to remember it because it's something about me and it's something about what God is doing in my life that you're going to have that encounter with. You see what I'm saying?
And even your response made a difference, you know.
Wow.
It gave off some of you. And
wow.
It's funny that you said your mentor, because I just interviewed like last weekend, so the Sunday just passed, with 2 other up and coming women who are working on different projects, and we were talking, and when I finished, I just was like, you know, I'm grateful because stay focused, and I made a live, and I said, stay focused on your destiny, you know, your mission and your purpose, because God will strategically, you know, place people in your life that push you towards where you're supposed to go. And these women were just pouring into me, and I'm just like, God,
strangers.
I missed church on Sunday, and I got all of this goodness.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so lifted and so good leaving there. Like, it helped me through this entire week. Wow. Different hard times at work, I was just like, let me think about these 2 ladies I just talked to on Sunday, and I felt good about it. So it definitely was meant to be.
Wow. Look at God. What can you tell us about what's happening to me right now?
Okay. So
let's go into that. What is it called?
So it's a vaginal steam. Vaginal steams help with BV, yeast infections, goodness. I'm sorry, it's a whole list. I always blank on because so many. Fibroids, cysts, if you want to get pregnant. Some women have problems with like vaginal odor, staying wet. It helps with that as well. So right now her vagina has been tightened, you know, it's getting more wet. It may be good already, but it'll be fire, you know. Listen, that's what I'm gonna say. Things can only
imagine my face. I don't know how I'm supposed to sit here and my face supposed to be like, I've got to look at you and just smile.
Things can only get better with time. I've had women to say, oh, I got that fire, and I'm just like, well, let's magnify it, okay? Let's make it 3 fires instead of 1 fire, because it can only get better. And like your overall vaginal health is being focused on. You're connecting with your vagina right now. You're getting a full detox. Some people you can't shake, some emotions you can't shake. The stress of the week, body aches. It helps with that as well too. So, women who want to get pregnant. Just recently, I was so excited. One of my most consistent clients got pregnant, and she had a cyst on one of her ovaries, and she didn't think she could have babies. And she was like, you know, I don't think I can have kids. And she was being consistent. Every other week she came to get her steam. So it's recommended that, you know, every other week for the first 2 months and then monthly. But she was consistent, and her cyst ruptured. The next week she found she was pregnant. And I was like, she called me 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like jumping and screaming. I made a post and everyone was like, Jessica's pregnant. I was like, no, but I was a part of the conception process.
Yes.
So it's my baby.
And own that. Yeah, you can own that.
So then when the baby born, I'm going to be in the, like, I'm waiting for my baby to come out, because you know, I was a part of this lesson. I got your mother like that night, girl.
Oh my God, Jessica, heavens. No. Heavens. Oh my God.
So it was exciting.
Well, I don't want to get pregnant right now. I need my husband first. So husband, where you at?
Yeah, contraception, you know, condoms and things like that, because it's an unplanned side effect. He not going to pull out, you know. And if it's already good, you know, I said it's going to be magnified. So
wow.
Yes.
So okay. What you said it will relieve, like it will get rid of like traumatic stuff and stuff of your past, and let's talk about that. Give me some of the examples of what it will get rid of.
Sexual molestation. Sometimes we hold on to those different things. And those traumas affect our relationships, how we function day to day, how we interact with our partners, all of those things. So you're going to detox from molestation, you know, rape, traumatic experiences with different men. Some men, we have these experiences and we can't let them go, you know. Yeah. Some of those men we just can't shake. So you're like, ugh. They randomly pop up, you randomly think about them. This is a detox, and whoever you had on your mind is like, it's going to just... it's just gonna go. Lift it up a little bit. It's gonna go. But whoever you're currently dealing with, it'll be like a stronger connection. And that's why I recommend couples getting it together, because they're connected, and then if they go home afterwards, and do what they need to do. It's no limits on when you can get busy. You can get busy right away as soon as you finish. But I always recommend, go and connect with one another, and let me know how it went. Report back to me and tell me how it went. But
so what does it do for a woman who has been molested or raped?
It's just a detox. So some of them hold on to
the trauma of it,
and it comes out at any age. If you don't work on it and deal with it, it comes out. And then also, I do social work by day, but it's like a therapy session at the same time. And like I told you, I get more personal when it's one-on-one, because it's some things I share about myself, some things the other ladies share, and we connect on that level as well.
Yeah, I remember I was on the Mirena. Can't make this up. It was a couple years ago. I decided to get on the Mirena. Number one, my doctor wasn't supposed to put me on it because I've never had a baby. I've heard after they inserted the Mirena inside of me that women who have had babies were the women who were supposed to get the Mirena, IUDs. So I was on the Mirena for about a month or two. They want you to come back in and do the checkups and do all that stuff. And when she went in me, she couldn't find my strings. So then I'm like, okay, well, what now, right? And they just kind of like, oh, well, you're going to be okay. Just keep operating as normal, whatever. They kind of ignored the fact that they were supposed to feel my strings, and they didn't feel my strings. So then I went back for a checkup, and she's like, oh, you have a cyst on your ovary. So I'm like, well, I have never had a cyst on my ovary before, right? So I'm like, well, what's causing it? And they never wanted to say the Mirena, right?
But where is it?
But girl, I don't know. So I was an emotional wreck because she said it was the size of an orange. And I'm like, yo, like an orange is huge. So I'm technically supposed to be feeling it, but I don't feel it. But I understand I had to go through it just so I can have these kind of conversations. So thank God, a couple weeks later, they did the ultrasound or whatever, and they saw it, and they said it was the size of an orange. Then they're like, it may go down. If it doesn't go down, we'll go and do whatever.
And steams do assist with it. It helped shrink it.
I went back, and it was gone. And I'm like, God, whew, thank you, Jesus, because your mind just go to cancerous. Like, my mind just went so negative. And I'm like, it makes you feel, any type of abuse or trauma, it will make a woman feel like she's alone. Like it will really shut you down. It will really, it's so unfortunate. And I think with black people, and I can only speak about black because that's what I'm connected to. But when our loved ones and people that we know go through a traumatic experience, we have to love on them, because the experience by itself can just kill you, yo. Like, just the cyst on my ovary damn near took me out. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I called my grandmother, and I'm just so dramatic, and she's like, girl, you better remember where you come from. Pray. What the hell is you doing crying? Don't cry. Fear not. Pray. And I'm like, grandma, it's a cyst. It's cancer. Like, I was so emotional. But the thing is, I had people to talk to. My sister, China, gets all these random I don't even knock on her door. I'm lying. I just bust in and just crying. Anything that I'm going through traumatic, but thank God I have someone to release it to. Because some people really don't trust or have nobody. So black people, we have to come together and love on one another, because we really never know what our people are going through.
So in church, my pastor, he has a time during church where he say, get up and hug 3 people. And I be like, Pastor, I don't want to hug people today. Right? And then after like that Sunday, I went home and I thought about it. And I'm just like, you know what? The hug not for me. I don't want to hug people, but it's not for me. And the next church, or the next session, we went in again, and I got up and I hugged people. And generally, I'll stay close because I'm like, I really don't want to hug. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm gonna go across the room this time, and I'm gonna grab somebody, because
you just never
it's like God spoke to me and said that hug is for that other person, because you don't know what they're going through, right? And you touching them, you feeling them, is something warm. They might have never been hugged. No one ever comes to them on Sunday. So whatever that issue is, it's for them. It's not for you. And I was like, all right, Pastor, I got it. Like, I got it, man. So I'm going to be getting up, hugging everybody every Sunday.
Come to church, y'all.
Yes, I go to St. Martin's Church of Christ. Okay. It's in West Baltimore near Burger King on North Avenue and McCullough Street. Okay. But he's awesome. Wow. My pastor is awesome.
I'm so proud of you. Because you're coming out of that job. She does hair, nails, vaginal steams. This vaginal steam alone, I think, is going to take you to a whole nother level.
I do Texas, too.
Look, I do Texas and shit.
I do a lot. And why I'm a person who, when I started Allinonebyj, I listed the things that I did, and my cousin called me and she was like, Jessica, you might as well sell some bundles. You might as well, but that's not what I want. You know, my whole thing is helping women, empowering women. And when a friend of mine, she found she had endometriosis, and most of the time the solution for the doctors is birth control.
Birth control. They put women on birth control for everything. Your period is just too much. Birth control.
Exactly.
I came off. I had to. I went. Oh God! I went to get my Mirena removed. My doctor did not want to remove it. I'm like, Miss, you're going to remove it. I gotta get it removed. I don't care. Like, you know, like I gotta do it because first of all, birth control takes your period away, and I just felt like, why? If that's a natural thing, why am I trying to remove it? Like I couldn't really come to grips with it. I stayed on it for a long time, but at this season of my life, I said I have to come off of birth control completely. I got it surgically removed. I came out of the surgery, and of course I was high. And my doctor, she went to my mom and she said, your daughter's cervix is tilted. I had never been pregnant, never had an abortion, so I was confused. But I was high. So my mother is like, oh my God, she's a dramatic one. She's like, oh my God, I can't have grandkids. She's like, no, she'll be able to conceive. But I didn't know what it meant. I'm like, what happened up there? Like I couldn't even. I was just
born that way. That's what you was blessed with, right?
Girl, I don't know. I still don't know.
And so some women say it's heart shaped like this when it's tilted, and it's difficult to get pregnant. Others, they say it's more like oval shaped, but it makes it difficult to get pregnant.
Wow.
But and some women have the tilt with the endometriosis.
What's that?
So endometriosis is like I guess in a simple way to say it. So it's like a buildup in your uterus. It causes severe cramps. Like, women are like debilitated. They can't work. They can't function. They can't cook, take care of their families. It bends them over. They're pregnant every time they come on their period. Throwing up, can't sleep. All of those symptoms. And a friend of mine, that's what also gave me that extra push. Like, start now. You need to start right now.
People need it.
And I was looking for people in Baltimore. Like, who in Baltimore can do this? I'm like, who's doing it? And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it because these women need help.
Yeah.
And she thought she was the only one. And now I've been steaming. I'm meeting different women. I'm just like, I'm calling her like, you're not the only one. It's so many ladies that need help. I was like, you're not the only one. Wow. And when you know it's other women going through that,
it make you go so much harder. You gotta go hard. You got too much counting on it.
And we looking for solutions.
Yeah.
Let's find a solution outside of medical. Let's find something natural. This thing, some of the herbs in there are like peppermint.
It smells
oregano, so good. And let's try the natural way. I'm not leaving anything in me. It's not a birth control. It's all natural. And periods naturally are not supposed to be long or painful.
Wow.
They're supposed to be about 3 or 4 days. You're bleeding and it's done. Not all of those clots and all of that stuff. That's all like things we need to detox and work on.
Wow.
But yes, consistency is key. And even some of my ladies, they go through struggles because we're regular people. We work every day. We have lives going on. And I say, it's not about, you got to close both of them. It's not about the money. That's why I can say,
keep going.
Like for February, I did $25 vaginal steams because my social work job pays what I need to pay.
Right.
This is something that makes a difference to me. And some of my ladies like, well, I'm struggling this month. I had to pay whatever bill. I had to take care of my son. I would rather you come get your steam and you pay me in payments before you don't get your service, because then you're throwing yourself off and your body has to adjust to getting the steams and the herbs and things like that. So I'm like, still come see me. And she paid me, but I asked to be paid, she paid me.
Wow.
And my rate is $50. Like, most women are charging $100 for it. But it's like, I don't know if it's business or it's to help women. I want to stay in helping women. I want a lady who gets social services to be able to afford me, and a lady who has 2 degrees to be able to afford me. Like, I don't want that woman to be like, oh, I got 4 kids in the check. I can't afford your services. No, we can work this out. You're going to pay $25. You're going to come get your steam, and we're going to see how we can do it.
Wow.
But I'm going to help her. I'm going to connect with her. I'm going to get to hear her thoughts. And that's worth it more than money.
Wow. Do you have any questions?
What do you do? Who are you, Jasmine? who is Jasmine?
Yo, I'm just I don't know. God just used me. However, I don't have no limits with me. I don't limit it. I don't care about titles. I don't care about, I don't know. I don't care about any of that type of stuff. I don't get stuck there. Wherever he wants me to be, that's where I'm going to be. whatever message I'm supposed to be responding to, that's what I'm responding to. I get emails, DMs, Facebook messages. You message me on Facebook. I get all types of stuff, and I'm telling you, I sit up at night and I go through, and I'm like, whoa, did they just say that? Okay, well, cool. I'm gonna ignore that because that's rude. But I can, you know, like I have to. You gotta filter it a little bit, just to, you know. But I just love to give back. I think that's who Jasmine truly is. I love to give back. I love to put people. I'm like the collector and the connector. Like, you could call me and say, "Hey, I need a camera guy." Sure, I'm gonna call Jeezy and let's see if Jeezy can work it out for you. Jeezy can't do it. Let's call someone else. Or Jeezy, who would you refer me to?
Bam.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how I do it. It's nothing like, I don't want all. I know I can't have all. I have to outsource and send you other places, and I'm fair like that. So I think that's who I really am. Jasmine is really that person who just wants to collect and connect. That's
good. I like that.
Like, for real, that's really what I do. Like, sometimes I'm just like, oh my God. And my father, he plays a big role in it because he always says, yo, you have the personality for this stuff. Everyone is not genuine and don't have the personality for it. And I don't try to fake it.
It'll show.
It will. You cannot fake for long. You cannot.
It's not.
You cannot. I don't care who you are, what kind of money you got. You cannot fake for long.
Who you are will come out every time.
It will. Just like this vaginal steam. That thing gonna slide right on out of there. Like, yo, what is happening? Like, my legs are wet. Why?
Because all of this thing, that's good. So that means you're sealed very, very tight, which is awesome.
Yeah. Like, so, my legs wet, my butt wet. Like,
all of it.
I don't know how much I'm supposed to say on camera, but
all of it.
Like, yo,
because you want them to get the full experience.
Yeah, y'all gotta come and get a vaginal steam. I told y'all to do it. I am here. I'm gonna ride this thing out. It's exciting. Like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's gonna happen with this, but I'm so excited that I came and that I trusted you and that you even reached out. Who the hell is your cousin Mike? Mike! We owe you, Mike. What he like to do? What he do?
Mike? Oh my, he does a lot.
Okay. What business?
Truck driving. He's produced a movie.
Oh wow! Where the hell?
Mike does a lot.
Wow.
Oh, and I think right now, I don't know what he's working on.
Okay.
But he's just like somebody who moves how he feels he should move.
Good.
And he experienced a lot early, and I think that it's molded him to who he is right now. Wow. So he's an awesome guy. And whoever is going to marry my cousin, I got to vet you first, but he's awesome. And he's single and available. So.
Oh my God.
But only for the right woman. Only for the right woman.
Bodyguard!
She got to have it together and come correct. Because.
Wow.
But he's really awesome, though.
Wow. I'm glad he connected. Mike is the damn the connector. He done took my job. Go ahead, Mike. Mike done connected that thing. Wow. Do you have any more questions?
Some examples of some people who you've touched already in ways. How did they tell you you've touched them?
Whew. He gonna kill me for this one. I'm gonna say his name and everything.
Ooh.
I am. I used to run Cashland in security, the clothing store with the bird that's Baltimore based.
Okay.
So any artists in this city had to kind of not come through me, but we've always had to make contact because I was the face. I was the person who was responding. I was the person who you saw. It was always go deal with Jazz.
Okay. And
this person said something in an interview the other day. He said, listen, anybody who comes in contact with you, who's blessed to come in contact with you, will see why we deal with you so heavy. And it held so much weight because I'm like, damn, like, I watched his career go all the way up. You know, LA, Atlanta, New York, here. And he's sitting with me, telling me why he remembers me.
Awesome.
You know, like, you met all those people in LA, Atlanta, New York, but when it ain't right, it's not right. When it's not genuine, it's not genuine. If you meet 1,000 people, you will remember. You will remember who really helped me when I was down, when I was up, who really didn't care about what I was. And I've always kept that posture. And I come from a big family. My family is, my great grandmother's 95. She's still alive. Wow. She has 14 siblings. They all got mouth. If you met any of them, y'all know it. Like, I come from that. My family is something that you'll be like, oh my God, I get it. I get why she's really like that. Like, my family is so connected. They still have their stuff, but we are connected. Like, we all can just pick up the phone and just vent. Like we're just approachable people. But yeah, he's Perp. It was Peso the Mafia Perp from Money Man. He had that song here, Money Man, I feel like Money Man, I do the money dance, that guy. And he said it to me, and I'm like, yo, like, I never would have thought of that. And sometimes we need messages like that just to keep us going. It's those sweet messages that really keep me going. That's my gas that fuels me, that pours back into me, reminding me who I am, who God created me to be, and why I'm supposed to keep going. Similar to what you're going to experience. Very much so.
Very early, I was like, I'm about to shut this down. I had a really bad experience with a customer, and it was traumatizing. I was like, I'm about to delete these Instagrams. I was like, I'm done. And then I got invited to a meeting with other black women who started different businesses, and they was like, well, Jessica, why did you start? And I went back, and I'm like, I started for these reasons. And then, like, I just got this energy, like, I'm not shutting. No.
Stay there. I
gotta impact these different women, and I almost let this one woman, mess it up.
Because my sister, oh my God, China said to me, you can cut it. Oh, China said to me the other day, not the other day, probably a week or two ago, she said, your problem with women is they don't know the girl code. And I'm like, what? And she said, you want people to do you how you do them. And that's it. So when I get something that's foreign, I really don't, I kind of shut down because I'm like, why the hell would you do that to me? I didn't approach you that way. But I have to understand that everyone is not where I am. Everyone is not dealing with what you see what I'm saying? So, and sometimes by me, like, always smiling and looking happy, some people feel like she's not approachable or she's too this. They assume so much and judge so much. That's why I make sure when I respond, it has to be, God, how you want me to do this? Because if you don't want me to do it, I can't do it. But you really got to get the glory from this because I can't be in my flesh with it. Like, I'll ruin it. So, it's just one of those things. But I just always try to remain as clean as possible. That's just as clean as possible. People will always remember it. And relationships are worth way more than money. Yeah. I will always remember this. Jessica gave me my first vaginal steam. I don't care where I go in life. Jessica gave me my first. Y'all better go see Aunt Jess, y'all. Like, oh my God. Yeah, you got to.
That's awesome.
You got to. Where can we find you?
Instagram, Allinonebyj, and Just Us and God. And on Facebook, Allinonebyj Jessica.
Oh, y'all got to come and support Jessica. Yes. Look at her shirt. It's so cute.
Thank you.
Yes. Jeezy, get the pot.
No.
Can you see the steam?
Wait a minute, we don't want the cat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Because it's gonna be.
But can you see the pot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. You have a special message for any of the ladies?
Stay motivated. Stay with your mission and your purpose. Connect with like-minded people.
Yes.
Negative people. Negative vibes. We're blocking all of them in 2019.
Yes.
I said something earlier. Oh, I got an app called Followers where it tell you who follow you and unfollow you. So everybody who unfollows me, I clear the list. And I was like, I don't want those negative vibes in my life. Like, let me just clear them off. Because sometimes we'll focus and we'll harp on them. Like, why did she unfollow me? What did I do?
I'm so glad she said that.
Let's clear these lists.
I'm so glad. Let's talk about this. Please, Jeezy, I'm going to need this message special. I had a prophet Marcus Thomas out of San Antonio, Texas. This is why I don't follow anybody on Instagram. He taught me to clear your pathway, clear it. You have to clear what you see, what you hear. So my past, I'm always honest about it because like I said, I do shows. But back then in my past, I used to do my shows every week, which means most promoters, they drink for free, eat for free. I had a problem with drinking. So in order for me to get over that, I had to remove anybody from my past that reminded me of what was holding me back. So people get upset with me personally all the time because, Jay, you unfollowed me. Yo, it's nothing personal. I promise. If I see you, I'm still going to love on you. If you need me, you can still call me. But I have to watch what I see because what I see will become what I think, what I hate. You see what I'm saying? People don't understand. You gotta watch your gateways, your ears, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. You gotta watch what you put yourself around, and that's why I choose to unfollow people that I feel like will just bring me back to another place. And lately I've been working on my attitude. Arguing, I do hit you with an okay. You know, and it takes a lot out of me. I'm really realizing, damn, I'm growing. Because I remember I used to, like, yo, like, you about to get all of this because I can't, you know, but my gateways, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I follow pastors and stuff like that. I got to follow people who pour into me. And not saying that the people that's drinking and partying, because I still have a margarita every now and then. I still love y'all. I love y'all, but I just got to do better for me. And that's the only way I can.
Those reminders, you know, those posts, you need those. It come at the right moment.
It does.
That verse, you know, I'm a person that is, I don't know the Bible back and forth.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm someone that I said as my New Year's resolution, I'm going to be in church every Sunday. Every Sunday. And if I'm not in church, I'm on the website listening live. Mm-hmm. Like, every Sunday I need to hear this message because this is what's going to get me closer. Mm-hmm. A friend of mine bought me a Bible and was like, do your verses every morning. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing that and I feel a difference automatically.
Girl, I lifted this skirt and I feel a difference. Thank you, God.
Good. Automatically.
Yeah. But definitely, the positive people, yo, you find you about 5 or 6 or however many God will put in your life, and that's what you go with. I'm telling you, like Pastor Jenkins from Glenarden Church. I watched this man on YouTube. I don't know. I watched him on YouTube, and one day me and my cousin went out to eat. I love this place out in Odenton, Maryland. It's so far out, but I will take that drive to go eat. And I told my cousin, I said, I gotta go visit his church. I just want to see if he is the way he is on YouTube. That man walked all the way up the aisle, and I said, ooh, he is just how he is on YouTube. But that wasn't even, I heard his message, but I just wanted to see how people see me. I had better be the way I am on YouTube and Instagram in person. I better deliver the same way. I better be who I say I am. Because people, they'll call you out on that. And I was able to say, wow, Pastor Jenkins. I love that guy. Like, he's so funny, he's so humble, and he's about God. The religion part don't matter. It's all about your relationship with God. So even if you miss a Sunday, it's okay. Just talk to God. We can wrap this up. Talk to me, Jay7D, guys. I'm here getting a vaginal steam. I would definitely tell you guys to come and get it. Bring your mom, your sister. I don't know if grandmother's going to sit on this, but, you know, bring them because this is necessary. I am like, my legs are like slippery.